per darle davvero, di buscarle deve anche contare. Tu credevi, tu credevi.
We're going to make a raw marinara sauce to go with our raw zucchini noodles today. What we're going to use in our recipe is some red bell pepper, and we've got some dried tomato which we've been soaking, and we've got some parsley and some basil and some oregano. So we're going to take it easy with these raw herbs because they have very strong flavour. We'll be making our noodles out of zucchini, and we'll be using our spiralizer. We'll be adding some nut cheese in little balls over our sauce and some homemade pesto. We just used some walnuts and about a quarter the same amount of Brazil nuts, and mixed them in our food processor with some fresh basil. Added a little bit of lemon juice, some soy sauce and some garlic. We'll also have some garlic in our red sauce and some dehydrated onion powder. So we're going to start by making the noodles. Once we've got these done, we'll cut them with some scissors because they're pretty long. Keep this part of the zucchini for our zucchini soup. Now you can put some hot water on these noodles and warm them up. But today it's still warm weather, so we're going to have them at room temperature today. They'll also be a little bit more al dente when we don't put the hot water on them. You could use a julienne slicer, or you can use a vegetable peeler and get thin, wide strips, fettuccine-like strips. So we're putting our red bell pepper into our high-speed blender, and we're going to just put all the pieces that we need in there. Our herbs, our sun-dried tomatoes with the soak water, our garlic, which we just chop a little bit, some onion powder, and we'll use a little bit of water to get it going. We're going to put it on the sauce cycle. Now that's going to need a little bit of salt, which we're going to use our soy sauce for that. We'll use a little bit of agave to sweeten it a little. Sometimes the bell pepper is enough to sweeten it, but you've got to taste it. Today it needs a bit of extra sweetener. That's enough. Not much more, no more than 2 teaspoons. I've put it through a second cycle and it's even smoother. Probably needs a little bit more soy sauce. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to put that on top of our noodles. Now we're spooning on our pesto in little pieces. Now if you want to use less salt, but you want that savouriness, then you can chop up a few olives, some Kalamata olives, and put some of those in as well. And the next thing we're going to put on is little pieces of our nut cheese. We've got some vine ripened tomatoes from our garden, and we're going to chop some of those and put them on top of our sauce. One tomato would be enough, one small to medium sized tomato per serving. We just have so many tomatoes at the moment, I'm just putting extra on. Now to prepare the soft cheese, this nut cheese we make in the jars, we've got a recipe for that, so you can look on our video channel and find how to make raw vegan aceted nut cheese. And then we have our marinara sauce with our raw zucchini.